Excellent half in Minnesota for the Kings, 67-59. Rhino, Jerry joining us. Jerry, we haven't talked to you in a little while, so let's first of all get your take on the big news with the trade with the Spurs.
Well, it's one of those things where I like Levine. I mean, he's obviously an excellent player when healthy. He's an all-star level player. Uh, so talent for talent is probably different, but my problem with it, and I do have a problem with it, is it really didn't address the needs. Uh, in my mind, De'Aaron's your best asset, and you still, and hopefully they can do something, but you still need another big. And so that's the negative. And nothing against Levine, he's terrific, and if he stays healthy offensively, they'll be just as good differently. And,
Jerry, you've been in the front office. Draft picks might look good on paper, but they're only good if you draft the right player. And these picks don't look like they're going to be high picks. So, I mean, to me, that's not that appealing, but maybe you have a different view on it.
No, I think by and large, what you're getting is something you can use in a trade, kind of spice it up a little bit, because I mean the Charlotte pick was the only thing that intrigued me, and then they found out it's protected, so it turns into 2 seconds. So
Right.
so the truth is you're getting low first rounds and a bunch of seconds. So yeah, so I be honest, I'm disappointed with it. I thought that certainly you'd get at least one of the nice young players from the Spurs, like Vassell or Sochan, if not Castle, and so I will say this: the Spurs came out gangbusters. I mean, and so there's that. So anyway, nothing against Levine because he's really good, and
Ryan,
he's healthy. He's an all-star.
Ryan, 18 assists, 3 turnovers for Sacramento in the first half. That's just awesome.
Yeah, great ball movement by the Kings. Malik Monk said it best in the second quarter. Gotta shoot that. 3 of those turnovers were guys not shooting wide open looks. They turned into 24-second shot clock violations. I liked most of it, Jerry. Other than that, what did you like?
Oh, I really did. I thought, the first quarter there, that was just great shot making. It wasn't really bad defense. I mean, you're talking about guys making shots. And Naz Reid, of course, I've been in love with Naz for about 3 years now, and just thought, boy, he and Keegan talk about a nice forward combo. He and Keegan, that'd be pretty good, would but yeah, great shot making. I thought the defense second quarter, both teams got better. Really like what the Kings are doing on Edwards. He is really having to work for everything, and if they can continue to make it tough on him, that's scary because he's one of those guys that can go off at any time. But I like their chances if they can keep making it tough on him and make Naz Reid put the ball on the floor.
You mentioned Keegan Ryan. That's the best half we've seen from Keegan Murray on this road trip.
Yeah, very aggressive, very active. He's been good quietly all season up against the clock. If there's a short clock, a grenade, he's been making some difficult shots here and there. But Jerry, just knowing that you're going to be a bigger part of the offense, everybody's touching the ball more. Trey Lyles, to a degree, looked more comfortable. How much of an effect does that have on a team?
Well, I think it can have a real positive one. I think we're seeing it tonight. I mean, everybody knows that. Well, with Fox in there, there's about 20 more shots. and I think it looks like Keegan saying, well, why not me? Why don't I take a few of them? And I like that. He's been very aggressive and very productive. So now, obviously when Levine joins the team, how that all sorts out will be something else. But I think the ball has moved very well. Certainly Monk is doing a great job of pushing it and being aggressive. Really, we saw a pretty darn good half. I mean, I'm surprised they played this well. Credit to the coach and staff and these guys, because they've come out and said, hey, we're pros, which they should. And let's go
Grant,
play. We're good.
Grant, are you encouraged that you only have 8 points from Domas and 9 from Malik, yet you're up here by 8 at the half?
This looks to me like the team that I saw when Fox was out for 3 games, right? The ball movement is crisp. It's everywhere. Everyone's touching the rock. It's fun to watch.
It really is. I mean, I've just enjoyed this first half a lot. And like I say, I mean, give Minnesota credit. They're making shots, but it's a good half. And if we get another good half like this, the Kings can come out with a win. But they're going to have to play this way
Yep.
2 halves. That's for
Yep.
sure.
I mean, there's no negatives in this first half, right? I mean, no negatives at all.
No, other than Domas maybe missing some easy shots, but I mean, with the size they've got inside, they're not going to be a lot of easy
And quite
shots.
frankly, the Kings have contended defensively at the rim. Keegan had a great block. Malik's great block in the first quarter. Jerry, the Timberwolves made a decent adjustment to the pick and rolls in the second quarter. How do you think the Kings can counter that to bring that back to their advantage?
Well, I do think that probably, like you say, they're really packing it on the, so you really can't get the roll part of it. I really want to pick and pop, even if Sabonis doesn't want to make the take or make the shot, kick it, because one more pass and you've really got them broken down for the easy corner threes. And I think you would have that. And then all of a sudden they couldn't really send that weak side guy in there in the paint to put an extra guy on.
And the other thing that, the Kings 3-point shooting, which has been a real problem this year, outstanding in the first half, 7 of 15. And that's another aspect of this trade. You're getting a very good 3-point shooter in Zach LaVine. So that should really help your team percentage and make it that much more difficult to defend when you have all these guys on the floor together. But again, I like the field goal percentage, but I'm going to just talk about the ball movement again. 18 assists, 3 turnovers. That's winning basketball.
Sure is. And I'm just getting to the LaVine thing too. He's big enough that you can play small, but you won't be quite as small. And I think that this team certainly has a strengthened guard line. And so you can play 3 guards a lot now. I mean, I think you could feel comfortable because LaVine can certainly guard a lot of small forwards in this league.
Very good. Yeah, Timberwolves, they're actually 5th in the league at guarding the 3 ball. So the Kings are overachieving tonight there, and the T-Wolves struggling to a degree from beyond the arc. That's a big thing. Back to LaVine, Jerry. How do you think LaVine's pick and roll game is as the ball handler?
Well, I'm not too sure. He seems to always be at his best, off the dribble. I don't know why, he's good off the dribble, so why wouldn't he be good in a screen role? But I can't say that I've watched him in that role very much. He's kind of been a guy they like to play in an ISO situation, break down the defense, a little bit like DeRozan, only, he's a more athletic version.
Jerry, is there enough basketballs to go around when you have Monk, LaVine, DeRozan, Sabonis, and Murray on the floor? Like, how do you envision that working?
Well, I think the key is going to be for that is that Monk and Domas will be the sacrificers. They'll probably have to give up some of their offensive opportunities to make sure that DeRozan, LaVine, and make sure Keegan gets his shots. But I think it can work. But clearly there's only one ball and only so many shots. So somebody's going to get less shots. And I would almost guarantee it would probably be Domas. And I think Monk, it'd be almost an easier game for him just to focus on.
Jerry, is it any worse than De'Aaron Fox? No, just in terms of one basketball to go around. How much of a difference?
No, it won't be a bit different. De'Aaron was a scorer first and a playmaker second. LaVine's a scorer first and makes plays secondarily. He's probably even more of a scorer first guy. But I don't know that with the unselfishness that we've seen with this team all year for the most part. I'm sure it can work. But like I say, there'll be a couple of things, wrinkles. You'll have to have guys sacrifice a little bit, each guy. LaVine can't come in and be the high volume scorer that maybe was in Chicago either. So he'll have to sacrifice some of his individuality as well to make it work.
All right, prediction time, Ryan. Go ahead.
I think the Kings win this game. I really like the way that they're playing. I like how Jerry said they're playing Anthony Edwards. I'm going to say the Kings win this one 113 to 112.
Sure.
I'm going Going with the Kings win too. I'm going 110. Me hinges on Anthony Edwards. So we'll see. But I like what the Kings are doing right now.
I'm going to say 127 to 120 Kings, and Anthony Edwards does not look right to me, even though the Kings are doing a really good job on him. And I don't think the Timberwolves can win without a really big half from Edwards. I just don't see it without Randall, and Conley he's nowhere near the player that he was, and that happens. But I love the ball movement. I don't think that just is all of a sudden going to stop in the second half. So I think the Kings are going to score 60 here in the second half and win the game.
Sounds good to me.
We got 3 Kings. Yeah, Jerry, how did Isaac Jones look to you in that first half?
I thought he did a good job. I kind of like Coach Christie going with him. He's lively. He's undersized, but he plays. And, certainly you throw it up near the rim, he can go get it. So I kind of like that. There's not a lot of minutes there, but I think with his hustle, he's one of those consistently high effort guys. So that's almost ideal in a 7 to 10 minute overall game.
Yeah. We are going to be on right after the game with your phone calls, Jerry. We will talk to you at halftime of the Orlando game. Always great to be able to chat with you, and thanks for your wisdom on the trade. We greatly appreciate it.
Hey, wisdom. I appreciate that. I'm in Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jerry.
We'll talk to you at halftime. So long, or after the game. So long, everybody.